Good morning, everybody. My name is Shashank Ranjan. I'm from National Defense Institute, Chennai. Now, this is the third video on the YUKTI initiative. YUKTI is a daily answer writing program where we evaluate your answers and we give you the solution for them. This is the third video in the series. The first video was on the essay, the second one was on the argument writing. Now, this video is for the report writing. So, let's move to CAPF AC paper 2019. Now, the third question, which is on report, you can see here it says write reports on the following. Now, again, they have not given any option like the essay where there were six topics given to you. There were you could eliminate two out of them and write choose any four and write a good essay on any four topic, right? But here that is not the case. Here you have to write a report on both the topics that has been given to you. And also you see there are in about 200 words. So they have given you a word limit. They have given you the word limit. If you see the second question, writing argument, it did not had any word limit. They had not mentioned any word limit. Now, here since they have mentioned word limit, so definitely UPSC wants to check your ability to write the report in a concise manner. What is the logic of UPSC giving this answer, giving this question, right? The logic is, you are an officer, you are an assistant commandant. Suppose you are posted in the Gadchiroli district of Maharashtra, which is, a lot of next slides actions are seen there. Now, if for example your company goes for any operation in the anti-Naxalite operation, and suppose you have to face some casualties, but again, along with the casualty, you were able to capture some arms and ammunitions from them, some important maps from them. So arrest some Naxalites. Now, all these reports you have to give to your senior, a deputy commandant. Now, UPSC wants to check your ability to, whether you are able to write the report in a concise manner within 200 words and report it to the seniors. So that is the logic behind giving this question. So again, as I told you in the essay, the answer sheet would look something like this, and you have to answer in this part. UPSC always assumes that 100 word in one page. This is the assumption of UPSC. So since it is 200 word, you have to write this essay in at least 1.5 page. But if you are writing it in 2 pages completely, this is good. So try to write it more than 1.5 page. Okay. So that would suffice the word limit of 200 words, right? And there are two topics given. You have to write, uh, the report on both the topic. Each report carries 10 mark. So the total mark is 20. Now this is easy, not very difficult. Writing 200 word is easy. In essay, writing 300 word, you have to come up with different perspective. But here in the essay, you don't have to do that. Now let us try to understand how you should write the a good report. But before that, we should understand there are some points that you should always remember before attempting a report. So points to remember. The first is word limit. Word limit of 200 words. Always remember you have to write it in 200 words, that is 1.5 to 2 pages maximum. Don't cross the limit, because they want to see how in how much concise manner are you able to write a report. Okay. So second thing that is very important point is you don't give your perspective or ideas. Okay, you don't have to give your own ideas, your perspective about something, okay, what you are understanding. No, you don't have to do that. Report is, it's a storytelling. Report is talking about the event that has happened. You don't have to, in the report you don't have to mention what do you think should be the course of action, what do you think should be the future steps. No, nothing like that. Your thought should not come here. It should be simple reporting. It's a reporting. You have to report the event, right? What happened, you have to mention that, how it happened, when it happened. This is what is important in the report. Okay, so with these two things in mind, let us understand the format of uh, writing the report. Okay, and also the third point which you can think of is, don't spend more than 10 minutes, because this is again 10-mark question. Okay, the paper 2 is highly time limited paper. Okay, don't give more than 10 minutes in writing one report. Okay, or if possible, try to wind up both the report within 15 minutes. And it is easy, you can do it. Okay, because you don't have to give your perspective, you just have to talk about the event, right? So first thing, let us understand the format of report. Now this format is generally followed by the toppers. Okay, so uh, we'll also follow that, because UPSC does not talk about any format. They do not say that, okay, you need to follow some format. No. Now, this is the format which generally a toppers have followed. They have scored very high marks. So we are going to use the same format. Okay. So first you start with the title. So title should be mentioned here. That should be underlined. So whatever is the title of the report. Okay. So for example, in the previous, in the previous year question paper, you saw here that the question was on writing a report on rising juvenile abuse, water scarcity, and access to drinking water. Now let me take this one, is little easy for you since you are a beginner. So for you to understand, it will be easy. I'm taking the second topic, water scarcity and access to drinking water. Okay. So in the title here, you have to mention water scarcity and access to drinking water. Okay. So you have to write the topic and underline it this way, right? And after this, you have to write the name. Then you have to write the place, and then you have to write the date. This is this is very important. Okay. Now, when I'm saying you have to write the name of a name, place, and date, don't write it this way. Name, your own name. You should not write your own name. Okay. Place, place can be written. Date, something. So this, you should not write it in this manner. Okay. What is the right way of writing it? Don't mention these things. Just mention these. And most importantly, never ever mention your name, because if you will mention your name, this will uh, you know your paper will be rejected. It will not be checked. So be very very careful here. I'm using the word very 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 deliberately. Okay, don't use any name, because the paper evaluator does not know the name. Just use X, Y, Z. Okay, use X, Y, Z, or use A, B, C, whatever, according to your convenience. Don't mention any name. Never mention any name at all, because the evaluator in the paper, it is clearly mentioned in the instruction, you should never not mention your name anywhere in the paper. So whether it is your name, if you are Shashank but you are writing Shyam, even that is wrong, because the evaluator again, he does not know whether this paper belongs to Shashank or Shyam. But if you're writing a name, that's a foul practice. So remember this, very important. Write XYZ or ABC. Name of the place can be written anything, that is okay, and date. Generally, since you are writing the report, exam is on 12th of August, write it on 10th of August or any date which is before that day, definitely not after that day, because report is basically the talking about the event that has occurred in the past. Okay, so that's what is the report. Now after this, you have to start main thing, start writing on the topic. Now the most easy way to write it is to address these questions. Start with what, then go with why, go with how, and go with when. Okay, write it in the paragraph manner. What, like what is water scarcity, what is happening because of this, and all these things you can mention. In what, why is why we are facing this issue, you have to write that down. Okay, why we are facing this issue scarcity, because we did not it has been reported that water is not available in the nearby area, or something, so whatever is there, in the water scarcity, you have to mention why there is water scarcity, because drying of the lake in the area, high pollution in the wells, in the canals, because of the influx of fertilizers from the fields. Okay, or groundwater, saltwater intrusion into the groundwater. There could be n number of argument that you can give, right? Then how, again, like how you the how is this problem occurring, how you have to prevent it, and then when, again, it is you can write like when it it occurred, or when it is done. Now all these questions, the what, why, how, when, depends upon the a type of report that you have to write. Maybe in some report you will not be able to write for how, maybe in some report you will not be able to write for when. That is possible. But out of these four, in some topics you will be able to discuss the four, and in some topics you will be able to discuss the three out of the four. So that is okay. Now you don't have to stick to what, why, how, when. No, I'm not saying that you have to stick to this. You can write a report in your own way. Okay, why I'm telling you what, why, how, when, because these are, if you are addressing these, you will be able to organize, you will be able to organize the thoughts in your head, and you will be able to write it down, pen it down in the answer sheet. So that is why I'm telling you that keep this in mind, keep this format in mind, that I have to address what, why, how, when. Okay, because you have to talk about the event, right? Like what happened? There was a counter Nexlite mission. Okay, why? We got an intelligence from a dash 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 source, and that is why we went for the operation. How? See, the operation was done. These many soldiers were sent. They were sent to these places. We cordoned off these areas. We captured these much areas. When it happened on a Monday, this is this day, and in the night we went for the attack. All these things you have to mention the report, and that's it. Close it. So this is what you have to address. Don't give your ideas. Don't give your perspective on how you can prevent it. No. Okay, you should not give how you should prevent water scarcity. No, you have to mention how this is occurring. Okay, how this is occurring, and if there is anything that the government has given some initiative, okay, then you can mention that water scarcity is being faced, but the government schemes are being implemented in these areas, that can be mentioned in how. Okay, the government schemes are being implemented, the tankers are being sent to the to different house for to make water available for the common people. So these things you can mention. So that is completely dependent upon how you're doing it. Just remember, don't give your own perspective or ideas. A report is reporting of an event, so remember this and do it. So I hope this was helpful to you. You start writing the report, we will keep evaluating it, and on the basis of our evaluation you will understand that okay, what are the things that needs to be changed in your report, what are the things that you need to add in order to improve your report writing skills. So all these things will keep getting improved day by day. So I hope this video was useful, and we will meet in the next video where we will discuss about how to write a good pre-C. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll meet in the next session.